We simply refuse to acknowledge responsibility as individuals, and government officials all over the world continue to try and tell us they have a quick fix for the problems that do not involve us having to evaluate our own behavior and look at what we are doing and how it impacts those around us. An article in The Guardian came out about the police in the western Indian state of Gujarat detaining 10 teenagers for breaking a newly announced ban on playing the online game PUBG. The ban was recently announced, and local authorities decided that this would help combat a recent wave of violent behavior in teenagers stemming from their belief that playing video games like PUBG is causing the violence. Kids play video games. Almost all children in any type of progressive society that's post-industrial play video games. Are the vast majority of children and teenagers around the world exhibiting signs of extreme violence? That's not a real question, because that's not a real thing. The modern world is in the greatest time of peace and nonviolence human history has ever seen. The responsibility for children and teenagers that have out-of-control anger issues, antisocial behaviors, and act violently towards their peers in society at large lies on the doorstep of the parents that are raising them. But that is not a statement that a politician who is elected to an office can say, because almost all of the politician's constituents are parents. How do you say to your constituents, "You're the problem, and there's no way for me to fix it"? This is something that individuals and families need to address in order for this type of violent behavior to stop. If politicians were to say this, they wouldn't get re-elected. It is easier for our politicians here and in other countries to simply say that they can fix the problem by baby-proofing society. That's right, just infantilize society and make it easier for you to do what you want to do, regardless of what the public wants. I will give the Indian government some props that their Prime Minister was quoted saying, "Like everything else, technology comes with positives and negatives. As parents, we must guide our children to get the most from technology. We should encourage their curiosity to learn new things." These types of stories worry me to the core. As we've seen in other Western European countries that have limited access to weapons, those that wish to be violent simply find other ways to express their violence. Today, it will be video games, the thing that we cannot allow to control our children's minds. Today, we are doing it for the benefit of the children. Today, we are protecting the innocence of youth by censoring others' expressions. But tomorrow, we will come for you. You might think this is irrational or hyperbolic or even exaggerated alarmism. It is not. All great evil starts with apathy towards small aggression. This type of behavior is an aggression on free thinking, free expression, and free speech. These things inherently are the only real human right. These are the things that we should protect at all costs. And when we allow governments or leaderships of a country to begin to limit that under the guise of protection, we inevitably end up with a dictatorial power telling us they know what's best. And what's best is that we be forced to do what they think. The right to think for oneself requires awareness of what it means to have a mind that is free. To have a free mind absent of coercion over one's thoughts, words, and actions requires that we all protect each other's right of free thinking. If you like this video, please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel and would like to see more videos like that, please hit that subscribe button. Until next time.